In a valley beneath towering snowy mountains lived a very small mouse named Milo. Milo was the youngest of 10 siblings, and also the tiniest. His whiskers were short, his paws delicate, and his voice so soft that even the wind seemed louder than him. Every day, his brothers and sisters scurried around proudly, gathering food and playing games. They often teased him. "Your squeak is too quiet, Milo. You're too small to be useful. You'll never be brave enough to do anything important." Milo never argued. Deep in his heart, he believed that one day he would prove them wrong. He didn't know how or when, but he felt certain that size was not everything. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the mountains and painted the sky with orange and pink, a terrible sound shook the valley. Roo-wah! The ground trembled, the trees quivered, and the birds flew from their nests in fright. "What was that?" squeaked the mice, their ears twitching. "It is the mountain's roar," said an old badger gravely. "Something has awakened in the caves above. If it comes down, the valley will be destroyed." The animals panicked. The deer ran deeper into the forest, the rabbits hid in their burrows, and even the foxes stayed silent. None dared to climb the mountain to discover the source of the roar. But Milo, though his paws trembled, stepped forward. "I will go," the animals gasped. His brothers laughed. You can barely carry a nut, let alone face the mountain's roar." But Milo stood firm. "Sometimes the smallest can slip where the big cannot. I will climb and see what the roar truly is." And so, while the others watched in disbelief, Milo set out toward the great mountain. The climb was long and harsh. He crossed icy streams, scrambled over jagged rocks, and squeezed through narrow cracks where even lizards dared not crawl. The higher he went, the louder the roar became. Ruaya! It echoed through the stone, shaking snow from the cliffs. At last, Milo reached a wide cave glowing faintly with firelight. He peeked inside and froze. There, lying on a bed of broken stone, was a huge dragon. Its scales shimmered like burning coals, and smoke curled from its nostrils as it let out another deafening roar. Milo's tiny heart pounded, but instead of running, he crept closer, noticing something unusual. The dragon was not angry, it was in pain. Its eyes were squeezed shut, and one of its mighty claws clutched its jaw. "Why? Why does it roar?" Milo whispered. Gathering his courage, he squeaked loudly, "Excuse me, great dragon." The dragon opened one blazing eye. "Who dares disturb me?" It thundered. "I am Milo, a mouse from the valley," he said bravely, though his voice shook. "Your roar is frightening all the animals, but are you hurt?" The dragon growled, then sighed deeply. "Yes, little one. A thorn has lodged in my tooth, and the pain makes me roar without end. I cannot remove it myself." Milo blinked. The mightiest creature in the mountain, brought low by something as small as a thorn. "I can help," Milo said softly. The dragon snorted. You are smaller than a pebble. "That is why I can do it," Milo replied. "My paws are small enough to reach where others cannot." For a long moment, the dragon studied him. Finally, it lowered its massive head and opened its fiery jaws. Milo's whiskers twitched as he carefully stepped inside the cavernous mouth. The dragon's breath was hot, and the sharp teeth glittered like swords, but Milo stayed steady. There, between two great fangs, he saw a black thorn, stuck deep in the gum. With all his strength, Milo tugged and pulled. At last, the thorn popped free. The dragon let out a final roar, not of pain, but of relief. Ruah! The mountains shook once more, but this time it was like a laugh. The dragon lifted its head, eyes softer now. "Little mouse, you have done what no one else could. You have eased my pain." Milo squeaked proudly. Even the smallest can be brave. The dragon nodded. From now on, I will guard the valley, not frighten it. For you have shown me kindness. When Milo returned, the animals stared in astonishment. The dragon followed, no longer a monster, but a protector. The mice cheered, Milo the brave. His brothers hung their heads in shame, but Milo only smiled. He had proven that true courage comes not from size, but from heart. Moral of the story: never underestimate the small. Even the tiniest creature can do great things when they are brave and kind.